Hi, it's your girl Alienlinglee, and this is going to be a touchy video for me and for you guys who've been following me for a long time. I know that you guys often see that I'm sad and depressed a lot, and it's because I suffer from depression. Um, Basically, what that means is like I'm often sad for absolutely no reason, and you guys probably noticed that when I am in this mood that I'm very aggressive and pushy and just feel like everybody's out to get me, because it's like when I'm sad like that, I feel like I'm in a downward spiral and like everybody is out to get me. It's really hard for me to even talk to anybody about things like that. And I know I do post a lot on social media, but when I was younger, I didn't have social media to necessarily run to. I didn't have so many people looking at me as I do now. And it's a way for me to like talk to someone but not necessarily talk to anyone, if that makes sense. Like, I'm being heard, but I know that I don't have to reply, or I don't know who's even listening, or even if anyone is listening. I've been dealing with this for a long time. I think the first time I ever had like a serious breakdown was when I was in the 8th grade. When I was in the 8th grade, basically what had happened was I had been writing. People were making fun of me for writing and stuff, and I started to cut myself. That was the first time I had ever cut myself. I was at school, so just goes to show you, like, when you see somebody at school and they're having a bad day or they're going through something, it's okay to talk to them. Because when I had this episode, when I had this reaction, I was most definitely at school. I went into the girls' bathroom and took a pencil and a sharpener, tore it apart, and proceeded to cut myself. Of course, I didn't get far because I was bleeding a lot, and they told my parents, and which is not good for schools, but I was deemed the problem. The people who caused it did not get in trouble. They probably don't even know that they hurt me that bad. And to that day, I was, marked as the crazy girl, and nobody really tried to understand how I felt and what was going on in my head. And I just tried my best to be happy and to be very, nice. But sometimes when you're too nice, people start taking that as, oh, you're a pushover, which that's something that I'm not. So I'm just really making this video to let anyone, if you have depression and you suffer from bipolar or anything like that, like, it's okay to be sad. Because a lot of people may tell you, like, no, you're gonna be happy one day, and don't say stuff like that, don't feel that way. Like, it's okay to cry, it's okay to feel like you're alone, because sometimes I feel like I'm alone when there's people around, and I don't understand quite why I feel like that, but I do. It's hard, and it's nothing that I can necessarily talk about or whatever to someone and be like, well, this is why I'm upset, this is why I do the things that I do. So yeah, and if you know anybody who seems like they're a little down, don't go straight and asking them, like, what's wrong with you, what's this, what's that, because they may not be able to tell you what's wrong with them. Just give them give them attention and let them know that you're there, without even mentioning their problems. Don't label someone crazy, or don't judge someone from the outside without even trying to understand that people do have mental health issues, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with saying that you have problems and you go through things, and you don't have to judge someone because that's what they have. So for anybody on Instagram who's ever made fun of me for being sad and crying a lot. You know, yes, it's true. Like, I have some mental health issues. I am mentally fucked up in my head. Like, I am sad all the time. I cannot help it. I try my best to be as positive as possible, but there are some days that I can't shake it, and I do contemplate suicide, and I hope it never comes down to that. I now have people in my life who have been there for me, making sure that I stay here to, you know, see another day. But you know, I don't even know like what even to say after that. I just really want people to treat other people better too. Like, now that everybody knows that I do suffer from depression and all this stuff, like, I just want everybody to really treat people better. Like, if you don't have nothing nice to say about somebody, just don't say it. Or if you really just want to be heard that bad, DM them and say what you gotta say and leave it at that. Oh my God, like, don't ever comment and say anything and start the sentence with not trying to be rude or not trying to be funny, because you're trying to be rude, you're trying to be funny. That could set somebody off. Like, you never know. The happiest people be the saddest ones. The people that smile the most cry the most. The prettiest girls are the most, like, most pretty girls have real bad self-esteem, and then you have these people coming up on them, judging them because of the way they look and saying, oh, they stuck up and that causes a lot of problems. I feel like me and my mental thought happened over time. It got worse over time, and I wish that I could have, you know, been more open to admit that I had these problems when I was younger, so I wouldn't have started cutting. And, you know, in 8th grade, if I would have had, like, maybe a friend to help me, and if I wasn't alone, because it was really easy. Nobody noticed that I was in the bathroom that long. Nobody wondered where I was. It was, you know, I just went in there and I did it, and even once I did it, I still felt alone. Like, I felt pain, I felt relief, but at the end of the day, I was alone still. So, I don't know. It's just something that you have to take on one day at a time. That's kind of why I smoke a lot of weed, because it helps ease my mind. But even sometimes that doesn't even help. And I'm not one of those people who be like, ooh, since weed don't help, I'm going to start doing other drugs. Because I will never try other drugs. And I don't really like drinking like that. So that's not my cup of tea. But, yeah. This is a quick video. Y'all comment on this and tell me if you also suffer from depression and you understand how I feel. And, yeah. Also, subscribe to my channel. I'll bring you some more content very soon. And thanks for watching. Bye.